Did you know that over 70% of people carry unresolved issues from their past into relationships? The question is, how do you tell if someone's baggage is a red flag or simply a part of their healing journey? Today, I'll share my personal story, give you tools to identify the difference, and help you decide if that person is worth the investment or if it's time to walk away. Hi everyone, my name is Mike. Today we're diving into a topic that hits close to home, uncovering someone's emotional baggage and understanding what it means for a relationship. Relationships can be beautiful and transformative, but they can also be a minefield if we're not careful about the people we let into our lives. I've been on both sides of this. Someone with a past I was too ashamed to share, and someone trying to navigate another person's unresolved pain. So let's unpack the mystery of hidden struggles, figure out how to identify potential red flags, and answer the big question, is this person and this relationship worth your time and energy? Let's start with the basics. Every person comes into a relationship with some level of baggage. It's part of being human. But not all baggage is created equal. Some of it is manageable, the kind you can work through together, and while other baggage can be a ticking time bomb that threatens your well-being. The challenge is figuring out which is which. For example, you might notice behaviors like defensiveness, avoiding certain topics, or an unwillingness to communicate openly. Are these signs of deep-seated issues they're working on? Or are they warning signs of unresolved trauma that could spill into your relationship? And even more importantly, do you have the capacity and desire to be part of their journey? Here's a big question to ask yourself. Is this person's baggage compatible with my healing and growth? If you've worked hard on your own self-worth, the last thing you need is to be pulled back into patterns of toxicity. But at the same time, compassion and understanding can create incredible connections, as long as there's a mutual effort and accountability. So how do you tell the difference between emotional baggage and a red flag? Let's break it down. Do they dodge questions about their past or shut down during emotional conversations? For example, I used to avoid sharing my story because of the shame and fear of judgment. And I didn't want anyone to see the cracks in my armor. But over time, I realized that true connections require vulnerability. If someone consistently avoids opening up, it could mean they're not ready to confront their issues. And that's a potential red flag. Healthy relationships are built on open and honest communications. If they can admit, hey, I'm struggling with this, that's a green light. But if they deflect, blame, or lash out when asked about their past, that's a sign they might not have the emotional tools to navigate a healthy partnership. Are they aware of their baggage? And are they actively working on it? Someone who says, I've been through a lot, but I'm in therapy or taking steps to grow, is showing accountability. On the other hand, someone who dismisses their past with statements like, that's just who I am, take it or leave it, might not be ready for a healthy relationship. I'll be honest with you, there was a time when I thought my baggage made me unworthy of love. I carried guilt, shame, and self-doubt like a heavy backpack into every relationship. I would hide parts of myself, thinking that if someone saw the real me, they'd leave. But here's what I learned. Hiding your past only creates distance. And the right person will see your scars not as flaws, but as proof of your strength. So, you've identified that someone has baggage. Now what? Ask yourself these questions. Are they willing to grow? Growth is a choice, not an accident. If they're taking active steps to address their issues, that's a sign they're invested in becoming better, not just for you, but for themselves. Do their struggles align with your boundaries? Let's say they have a history of trust issues. Are you prepared to support them through that without sacrificing your own emotional health? Are you willing to invest in the relationship? Relationships require effort, and supporting someone with baggage can be draining if the effort isn't mutual. If you're constantly giving and getting nothing in return, it's time to reevaluate. Finally, remember this: your worth isn't tied to someone else's healing. You're not responsible for fixing them. And staying in a relationship out of guilt or obligation will only hurt both of you in the long run. At the end of the day, we all have a past. What matters is how we face it, and whether we're willing to do the work to grow. If you're navigating a relationship with someone carrying emotional baggage, focus on communication, mutual effort, and setting healthy boundaries. And don't forget to ask yourself, is this relationship helping me grow, or is it holding me back? Remember, love isn't about perfection. It's about partnership. The right relationship will support your healing, not derail it. If this topic resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever been in a relationship where baggage became a challenge? Or are you someone who's working through your own? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to start a conversation about what healthy relationships look like. Together, we can build stronger, healthier connections, starting with ourselves.